Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I finally made in the ultimate V2 build with the DalRc Engine stack with the Frog Lite 6-inch version, which is a limited version, which is I think I'm the only person who has these arms. And if you want some, you can get them down in the links below. So, you know, I use these Sporg motors for this. These are like $40 motors from Racerstar. They give you 5 in the box, and the version that I have is a 2207 2400 kV. And they perform pretty good. They actually perform very well. They perform slightly better than the emax 2306 2400 kV, plus the build quality seems a lot better. And why do I say that? Well, first of all, these are much more torquey. I felt that right off the bat. And another thing is they have no play, or at least none of mine have play. Usually the Racerstar, you'll find just the 2306S or the 2306. You find sometimes they do have a little play on the bell, but these are very solid, which is pretty good to see. And like I said, they perform very good. Now, in durability wise, I can't really say anything just yet. I put maybe just 7 lipos, so I didn't really put much time into it just yet, and there's a reason behind that. The flight characteristic was good. It needs a little bit of tuning. This was my first flight ever. However, the reason why I could not keep testing this is because of the VTX. So I boot up the quad. Everything is absolutely beautiful, crystal clear video. Arm it. The video goes to shit, literally to shit. I'll show you that down there. And what's really going on here? Is it from the ESC? No, it's not from the ESC, because no matter what you do, it's exactly the same noise. So what I think is going on is because I'm using a pre-production model from Hollybro called the AT Lateral V2 VTX. And I think it's very susceptible to noise, or just something's wrong with it. Well, I don't think anything's wrong with it, because before I arm it, you know, it's totally fine. So I think it's susceptible to electromagnetic interference. Plus, that VTX does not have shielding, thus, you know, making my theory a bit more concrete or realistically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear this guy apart, and I'm gonna stick him on my testing setup later on our ESC testing setup. And I'm going to monitor and try out different VTXs. And then we're going to come back and we're going to keep this as our motor testing quad for the channel. Because the it flew very nice. However, I was very scared to push it. And you can tell my flying wasn't right. I'll leave the footage at the end of the video. But you'll see that I'm not flying very great because I could not see jack shit. And but overall, I did feel the motors. I was really trying to see what I could feel with the motors. They did feel torquey. They felt very good. They felt like an average, you know, $20 motor, and these are only 40 bucks. It's like half the price, and plus you get an extra one. Now, this is the first 4 I used from the set. I still have an extra one, and all of them are perfect. I had no issues. Maybe something you have to take note of and be extra cautious of. I used 2 screws to hold them in, because sometimes you can hit the what are they? The coils on the center part here. So, you know, you'll have one side where all the coils are gathered, so you kind of want to just ditch that and go somewhere else. And the way to know that if you really hit one is because one motor would be hotter than the rest, and you might get flips of death. So when you double check your screws, not just this motor, any motor. This happened to me previously on an emax motor. It happened to me on a Racerstar motor. So I always take that in consideration when I put them in. You know, just be extra careful, because the screws could really ruin a lot of things for you. So overall, I took it safe on that perspective, and I'm having a perfect flight, except other than the video from the VTX, which I'll be replacing. Now, the characteristics of the 6-inch Frog, no one on the planet I think has ever flown a 6-inch Frog, but me. It was actually pretty nice. You could tell from the tuning, it needs a little bit of tuning, but that's all completely default stock Betaflight, which is just beautiful. And that's what makes the Frog the Frog. Even when you upgrade it to a 6-inch. Maybe we'll do a 7-inch also. I don't know. We'll see. But overall, these motors felt pretty good. That's all I could really say at the current moment of time. They felt average. If you're on a tight budget, you're going to have an absolute blast using them. I can tell you that. I mean, if you do everything right, you're going to just enjoy them. I had no issues with them. I still have another set. We're going to test it on the same quad here. And I do have a bunch more motors to test that I've gotten in from RCN Power, some more T motors, and I'll be testing those later on. But overall, right now I'm just coming in back just to tell you about these motors. I didn't have any issues. They flew very nice. No weird noises. The bearings are good. There's no play in the bell, at least the ones I have here. I do have another model. I think it's 2306 or 2206 Once we put them on, I'll double check the bells also, and then see if they're good or not. The emax 2306, the previous ones, the emax 2306 motors, did have play on the bell sometimes, a tiny bit of play, but that never really. I still fly them to this day. I still have them in a couple quads. Never had any real issues, but these seem to have a better build quality than the 2306 Fire Edition and those. So that's something to take note of here. And again, these are the 2207 2400 kV Racerstar motors. I really did enjoy them, actually. I would really recommend them at the current moment of time. Now, I don't know about durability. I just know they work, and they work good. And they feel good too also. So they'll beat any 2205 $20 motor. So you might as well just pick these up if you want more performance and you don't have the cash to spend $22 on a motor. Plus they give you 5. So overall, I'm very impressed with these motors. I don't know what to expect really. I just thought, like, okay, maybe some 2306 status. No, but they felt a little bit more torquey. I just noticed it right off the bat. And they were good motors. I don't know if anyone's having problems with them just yet. I haven't looked online. This is my current review, and I'll be checking it out after this video. And then obviously I would like to hear you guys' feedback, because other people would want to know if they're good or not. And I'll be testing this more after I replace the VTX here, and I'll come back and make update videos and then more flight footage, like proper flight footage, after I tune it. And that's gonna conclude it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you were curious about anything you want here, everything will be linked down below. They are affiliated links, so just to clarify that. And if you like this channel, please consider joining the Patreon. It'll really support the channel. And I will see you next time. See you guys. Take care.